Hey everybody, it's Chris Eads, known online as Wootini, here with another Gay Gamer video podcast. Starting with a quick movie review, I went to see Barbarian, and it's going to be a quick review because I don't want to talk about it. Because Barbarian was great, but it is a movie best gone into knowing as little as possible. Go in blind as you can. Don't watch trailers, don't read reviews. The less you know about this movie, the better. It is a wild ride. And it also contains one of the best jump scares I've experienced in I can't even remember how long. Like, I literally was reclining, I was like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, and then something happened, and I literally like pulled my feet up into the fetal position, like, what the hell? And it was awesome. So I enjoyed that immensely. So if you like horror movies, check it out. But please go in as blind as possible because you don't want to know anything about it. That's the best way to experience it. As for games, as promised, I will now talk about the Assassin's Creed Valhalla DLC, Siege of Paris, talking a little more about the gameplay. I am still playing it. I've been taking my time, playing it a little here, a little there. I've also been doing a lot of the side stuff instead of the main quest, because the main quest started to look like it was going to be, okay, we're up to the siege. So I did some side stuff, but then it turned out it wasn't the siege, it was something else, then it's still building towards the siege. But now I feel like I'm at the siege, so I'm like, okay, I might be almost done with this, so let me just wrap up all this side stuff first. Because they did introduce, there's a new legendary animal to kill, and there's these 3 Frankish nobles that are scattered across the map that are like the bosses that you fight, like, you know, the legendary warriors from the main game. They're like them, except for the fact that you're supposed to be around like level 200 or something to do the Siege of Paris DLC, but I'm like 400 and change because, you know, I finished the game and it's a whole big thing. So I'm like, Eivor is so overpowered that like none of this is really much of a challenge. One of the Frankish nobles was a little annoying, but I just wore him down and it was fine. But right now, what I'm doing is one of the other gameplay additions is they have rebel missions, and you do these rebel missions, and you go to Pierre, and he's like, okay, here's a rebel mission, go help the rebels do this. The problem is that these are not like story missions. There's no story to them. Like, the description of the mission has a little story to it and it's interesting, but then you go and it's basically just go to this location and kill a bunch of people. Sometimes you're just killing 1 or 2, sometimes you're killing like a half a dozen, sometimes you have to like go pick up an item to bring back, like, you know, documents or whatever. But mostly it's just go here, kill a bunch of people, and then come back and get your rewards. So it's a little tedious. They're basically like the other like missions that you get in the main game from the kid at camp, where he's like, you know, hey, go and kill this person, and it's just sort of like just random crap that's just busy work. So it's not great, but you do get a trophy for reaching infamy level 4. So I'm now 3. I think I've probably got like 8 or 10 more missions to do before I can reach 4, because each one notches you up so it's annoying. It's time consuming and tedious, but I want to do this before I finish the main game, because I know that once I finish the story of the main game, I'm gonna be done. I might like go back to Paris to get like that last piece of armor or this last piece of treasure that's like over there that I can see on the map, like that sort of thing, but I'm not gonna want to sit down and do like 10 tedious missions of going here, killing some people, fast traveling back, picking another one, going there, killing a bunch of people, fast traveling back. That's just gonna piss me off, and it'll be tedious, and I'm gonna be like, after like 4 or 5, I'm gonna be like, it's not worth it for the trophy, I don't even care. So I want to do it now before I finish the story. And then because once I finish the story, I'm gonna be done and I'm moving on to another game. But I think that what I'm gonna do is I'm going to move back to Pokemon. I would like to go back to Pokemon and try to finish it, because it got interrupted because I got my PS5, and then of course I had to play with my new toy. And because I don't travel, I'm not playing it portably, which is where I'd be like, oh, well, I'll play my PS5 at home and I'll play Pokemon on the go. But I'm not ever on the go, so there's no Pokemon happening anywhere. But I would like to go back and see if I can try to finish that. I'm going to have to relearn the gameplay again. That's going to be fun. But because my original plan was to try A Plague Tale Innocence, because I know the sequel's coming out. And I have it. It was a PlayStation Plus game. It's in my library. So I was going to play that, except I can't deal with any more rats right now. Because that is one of the other things that they added to the Siege of Paris DLC, is swarms of rats. And they suck. You can't kill them. You can't burn them. All you can do is swat at them to make them go hide. And occasionally in some areas, there might be a box or something that you can like put over their entrance so that they stay gone. But I feel like more often than not, they go away and then they come back. And it's like you have to swat them away, get something out of the treasure chest, then get the fuck out, because you can't kill them and they will come back and they will swarm you and they hurt you. Like bad. Like I said, I'm like level 400 and like they'll kill me in like 20 seconds if I don't do anything. Like I would be dead. It's absurd. So it's a shitty gameplay element. I don't like it. It's not fun. I don't know who thought this up, but I'd like to smack them in the face. So yeah, I'm probably going to go back to Pokemon because I don't want to have to deal with swarms of rats again. Not right away anyway. So that is it for this episode. Come back next time and I'll have some final thoughts on the Siege of Paris DLC because I'm pretty sure I'll have finished it by then. And I'll talk about Pokemon again probably because that is the plan. See if I stick to it. Bye!